Hi everyone, it's Dasher Dave here again, back for another crafty video. So, back for another octave that my voice will be in. So, I'm going to start making this entomology journal. I don't know whether I'm going to get it all done in one go, but I certainly want to start breaking the back of it. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it out of a file folder, and we're going to do a bit together. So that's going to be this one where I'm going to put all of these that we made last time from the resin, that we're going to put these into, not necessarily all of them, but like some of them, certainly. And I think, so it's not a tutorial because it's just, because I haven't made one, I'm just going to make it with you today. So, well, I'll start making it anyway. So, like I say, the house is a bit in disarray at the moment because I've got work going on. So me and Brian today have been laying a plywood floor, so that in readiness for having some lino vinyl flooring going down in my kitchen, and some carpet in my living room, because it's combined. I don't live in a big house. I live in a teeny tiny one compared to you guys in America. You'd think, oh bless, oh we could get all of him in our garage. Oh, sorry, garage, or whatever, however people pronounce it. I say garage. Sorry, I want to cut this off, and I want to get a straight line going, but my ruler isn't long enough, and I don't know where my long rulers are. Oh, I know where one of them is. I'm going to have to cut this. So, back with it. Found it. So, this is the one I needed, because then I can go from there to there. That'll be more of a straight line. So, I can't remember what I was saying. But yeah, the house is in disarray at the moment. So, sorry, I didn't put my mic back on. It's all not going great at the moment. So, yeah. So I've got carpet and vinyl flooring being laid, because my house measures, my living room and kitchen measures, I don't have a dining room, measures 5 by 5 meters, not feet, obviously they'll be very small. 5 meters by 5 meters. Alexa, what's 5 meters in feet?
5 meters is about 16 feet 5 inches.
So 16 feet by 16 feet. There you go. So, well, 16 and a half feet, because 5 inches is about half an inch, isn't it? So, yeah, so it's not very big. Don't live in a big house. So, but like I say, I've just recently been able to afford to buy some flooring rather than having bare boards. So it'll be nice. Next winter, I'll be warm. So, right, what I'm going to do is I have cut some. So this is what I've cut already. So I'm going to have these. These are going to be like on. What I want to do is have like a gatefold, and these are going to be on the wings of the gatefold to hold these in. So this is cut to hopefully about the right size. So I've cut these on my Cricut. So hopefully, yeah, that's probably about the right size. Might need to make it a little bit bigger. These are 1 3/4 of an inch, and these are 1 3/4 of an inch circles. And then this is craft foam that I've used and cut it exactly the same, but I just need to tear these out. It doesn't quite cut through the craft foam. And then this is going to be like the cushiony bit. So I've cut. I did these without you because I was going to use a punch, but I don't have a punch this size, and also you won't get craft foam through a punch. So I did cut some more on cricket, so there's 2 more here, so just need to tear them out. So this is what you need to do: is you're using a cricket to cut your craft foam, it will cut, you tell it it's craft foam, it'll cut it about, I think it cuts 4 times, but it still doesn't go all the way through, so you just have to be gentle and tear it out. So, but it comes out nicely. So, and I'm not using that on the front, it's going to be behind anyway, so not really going to be a big issue if it's got a bit of an untidy edge. So all adds to the beauty, doesn't it? So a bit like my beauty. So, and the reason why I'm doing this bit now is because, like, you're probably thinking, well, you could be getting on with the rest of it, but I need to know how deep this is going to be with 2 of these behind. So together and 2 behind, because I need to know how big the spine needs to be on the bits that are going to fold out. So these measure 7 by 2.5, so 7 high. This is inches. 7 high by 2.5 this way. All I did was I centered them, and I just used the Cricut tools to get them all in the right place. So these are going to sit like this, and they're going to be on the fold out bits either side. This is hopefully where I'm going to have my entomology slides, and they're just going to pop in there like that. So there's going to be 3 of them down, and I think that's how they're going to look. Might need to put some kind of a lighter colour card or something in the background to be able to make these pop a bit better. I don't know, do they look better on a bit of white? Oh gosh, yes, definitely. So maybe that's something to consider now. So if I use no, that's way too big, Dave. I don't have a 1 3/4 inch punch. I do have a 1.5. That's not going to be good enough. And I should have a 2 inch somewhere. I do have a 2 inch somewhere, but I don't know where that is. So let's maybe just put this on the Cricut and get this to cut it at the same size. So I'm just going to pop this on here and get this to cut a 2 inch, sorry, a 1 and, that's a bit long, isn't it? So cut it down. Put that on that way around actually, so I think I've got it set up to do another one of those, so I might as well just put it on and let it do them. Put that on there. Let's just check it is ready to go, yeah. And we're going to tell it it's cardboard. I'm going to say go. Right. So we'll see what that cuts. So yeah, so I'm going to have these on the bits that fold out. So these will be it folded out. So we've just got to work out what we're going to need for the rest of it. So these are 2.5 wide. So the wings need to be, if we do either wing at 3, so if we do a first score at 3, right, this is where doing this live is, it's not exactly live, but like doing this in front of you guys is a bit of a tell, because I've got to do calculations in front of you. So I'm just going to cut a piece of this off to start with. So, and I have to kind of draw it, visualize. So we're going to have, it's going to open as a gatefold. So that's going to be one of the wings. That's going to be the back bit, and that's the other wing. So this needs to be 3, and this needs to be 3, and so that needs to be whatever that is, 7.5. So 7.5 inches. That's 3 and that's 3. So we need to have the spine. Let's put that out. Oh, that's lucky, isn't it? The paper was just wide enough to have those without hanging over the edge. So those are going to go in the background. And these are going to go sit behind here to just lighten that up. Yeah, that's perfect. So they're going to sit there. Like that. So thickness wise, what are we talking about? Because we've got to take into account the thickness of that. So that's the thickest point. I didn't know whether this bit was going to be the thickest point or that's going to be the thickest point. So we need it to be, so that's 1/4 inch in depth. So the spine needs to be capable of 1/4 inch, but we're also going to have something on the background of here. So if we say, should we go for 1/2 inch? Is that too big a spine? 1/2 inch. So let's say 1/2 inch. Let's go 1/2 inch at the minute. Let's try that. So that's going to be 1/2 inch. 1 straight, 2. So then, if this is 3 and this is 3, that's 6. So the back, that middle bit needs to be 6, doesn't it? I think. So in total that is 6, 9, 12, 13 inches that way, I think. So 13 inches. Ooh, it's there. Put that there. 13 inches there. Right. What would 1/2 inch spine look like? That. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. We'll make it work anyway. So I'm going to cut it on here because I know where I need to cut. I know that it isn't long enough, but I know where I need to cut, and we'll get a straight line if we put those 2 pencil lines in the right place. Put that on, that's a straight line, and cut up that. Cool. So now I need to put some score lines in. So I don't think it'll go on my little one, will it? Oh, it might do, you know. So if we say we're going to score a line at 3, right, if we score it this way, this is going to be the outside. The outside. Do we want that to be on the inside or on the outside? Do you know what? I don't know. So do you want that to be on the inside or the outside? Where would 3 take me to? On here, there. I don't mind. Actually, that's not bad. I don't mind that at all. So we'll have that on the outside. So I go to 3 and I score at 3, and then I score at 3.5, and then I do fling that round, and score at 3, and then 3.5. Okay, cool. And hopefully they'll mount in the middle. And if they don't, something's gone horribly wrong and I'm useless, which is quite possible. And then this one. And there. And if I do that, do they meet? Oh, they meet. I've got paranoia. I have to check now that the video's going, because last time it just stopped. So that's what we're going to have. So these are going to be on these wings, either side like that, and then they're going to come round and they're going to fold in like this, and then on the background we're going to have somewhere for putting things like this on. Don't know how wide these are actually. What are they? They're 2.5, so actually you could get one of them, one there and then one next to it. In theory you can, yeah. So we could do with finding the middle of this back bit, just so for reference. No, let's not use that one, let's use this one. So if I put that on there, no, let's do it the other way so that I can actually see the inches. So that's 6 inches. Half of 6 is obviously 3. He says, obviously. And then do this way. It takes me from there to there, and half of that is 3, which is there. So that's just my reference point, that's my middle check. So I'm just going to put a line between the two. There we go. Cool, right, okay, so my measurements worked out even though I did it all on camera. So what we're going to do is let's make these bits up. So let's take that out for now. So I need to glue these bits together first. So I think I'm going to use some 3-in-1 or 4-in-1, Kalal and 3-in-1. I think it's funny. I find myself, easily amused, but like, I think it's funny to call it 4-in-1. Maybe that's what they should do. They should partner together. Kalal and Beacon should come together and like design a 4-in-1. That way, then it won't get quite so thick. Although I think I need to put some more some more Kalal in this because it's started to get a bit thick again. When you you use all of the energy that you've got left in your body to try and squeeze the glue to get it to come out. That's when you know it needs to be thinned down a bit. And you have to make a fist to get the glue to come out. I just find Kalal to be too thin, and 3-in-1 to get thick very quickly. So I want to get rid of that stringy bit in the middle before I stick it together. Stringy bit gone. De-stringed. Let's put that. I want it to stay together. Let's stay together. Tina. Loving you forever. And all of that jazz. So I don't think she sings that on all that jazz. That jazz. Sorry. I'm not sorry, really. It's like, I'll be honest with you, I'm not sorry. I am who I am. I am my own special creation. Yes, I am what I am. So we'll do that, and then if we pop that, which is I like that bit with the bit of serial number. So we'll pop that, and we'll stick that down with this as well. I'll just put that the right way up now. Another 3 days for it to come down to the end. So, or maybe I should ink it before I put it on there. Maybe you should. So that's a good opportunity for you to leave that way up so that it actually comes. Right, stay there. Behave. So let's ink this. Where's my inky, inky pinky? Where's my inky pinky? Oh, sorry for the singing. Just if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Yeah, I'm definitely a happy chappy at the moment. Although, you know, I still feel terrible, but I'm still quite content to be happy. So, which way did I say? That way. So we want to put a bit of this around here because I want it to look like we've taken the slides in and out a few times. So I'm using sweet toffee. Oh, I could just eat some sweet toffee. What is for tea? Actually, don't know what I'm having for tea. So tea in the UK is food, evening meal. So what you might call dinner. So it's not just a drink of tea. Although we do drink a lot of tea in the UK. And like I know I've watched American people reacting to the amount of tea that we drink, but it's no different to the amount of coffee that, you know, you guys drink. So it works out to about, it only works out to something like 4 cups a day. Well, I think if I count up the tea that I drink, I must when I'm at work. No, Dave. Try and fuse some words together to create things that people understand. When I'm at work, I tend to work 7 hours a day, but I can quite easily, during my working day, get through at least 2 cups of tea an hour. So that's like 14 cups while I'm at work, and then I drink tea when I get home. So, like I say, it's no different really to how you Americans drink coffee. I mean, we drink coffee here, but it's not as popular. You know, you get it. I say it's not as popular. It's weird. I drink tea at work and at home, but if I went out anywhere, I'd go to a coffee shop and have coffee. So I don't know. Go figure. I don't know what that's all about. So. But yeah, I don't like other people making my tea. That's probably why you have to. So if I'm making tea, I make it in a mug. I don't make it in a pot. So I don't have loose tea. I use a tea bag. I put my tea bag in my cup. I put my boiling water, and it has to be boiling water, like, you know, 100 degrees centigrade boiling water with the bubbles bouncing in it. Pour that out of my kettle. So we use a kettle. It's not called a tea kettle in the UK. It's just called a kettle. And then I leave it to brew. And then once it's brewed, I will squeeze the tea bag against the side to get all of the brew juice out, and then I will add my milk, and I just put like a spot of milk in. So I like my tea to look very, I don't know what's the kind of this kind of colour. That was what you would call builder's tea. So like builder's tea is just like strong tea. So, and the reason why it's called builder's tea is basically because it's, you know, that's how builders make it. They don't have time to like stand around and wait for it to, you know, be the right perfect colour. You just leave the tea bag in and like hope for the best. So builder's tea is the colour that I like it, and I will have sweetener in it, but I don't put the sweetener in until I've made the rest of it. So, and then that's how I drink my tea. So that's how I drink my tea. Other people have their tea different. There are people I work with that I could not drink their tea, and I will not want them to make me tea because they tend to make tea and that looks anemic to me. So it looks like it's, you know, never seen a tea leaf in its life. So so I like my tea to be strong and bold and rich tasting, and it has to be with milk. I don't like it without milk. Occasionally I'll drink black tea, but it'll be with a slice of lemon in it, but very rarely. never with cream. Ugh. It has to be with milk, and my milk is skimmed milk. And if we're going down this route, my milk is skimmed milk and lactose free, because I'm lactose intolerant. So I do drink normal cow's milk at work, but that's because I don't drink a huge quantity of it. I only have a spot of it in my tea anyway. So and then if I'm having coffee, I'll usually have a latte, because I'm having it from a coffee shop. Usually decaf if I'm offered such. I'll usually drink decaf tea, to be fair, because tea and coffee have the same. People used to think that coffee had more caffeine in it, but tea and coffee both have a similar sort of caffeine level. So I'll try and drink caffeine free if I can, because it just helps me to sleep at night. So I have usually have a latte, like I say. I'll be in a coffee shop and I'll have it with soya milk, because, well, that much milk in it, I'd be glutton for punishment if I went with normal cow's milk. I'd be quite poorly. And again, I have sweetener in it. So I'm not a big fan of hot chocolate. Occasionally will have a hot chocolate, but not massive fan of hot chocolate. I'm not a massive fan of chocolate cake either. Well, I'm definitely not a fan of chocolate cake. I really do not like chocolate cake. But I like chocolate, just not... It's not my go-to. I'd rather have jellies and that sort of thing, and that sort of those sort of sweets. Except for, I have a big passion for Tim Tams, and they are like, there is no product in the world that compares to a Tim Tam. And a Tim Tam is not an American, sorry, is I believe it's Australian. It might be New Zealand, but I believe it's an Australian brand of very crisp biscuits, and biscuits in the sense of cookies, like sweet biscuits, like we would call a biscuit, like biscuit in the UK we would call it a biscuit, not like Americans would have it with gravy and it'd be a savoury thing. A biscuit in the UK is sweet, so it's a very crisp, almost like an Oreo style crispness, but a bit more aerated, and they come in lots of different flavours, and I love them. So they're equivalent, I guess, to, if you live in the UK, like a penguin biscuit. Not a penguin, not the bird, a penguin. Otherwise, like, people going out there dipping penguins into chocolate and being very disappointed. This fishy flavour really doesn't pair well with dark chocolate. I don't mean. Shouldn't make myself laugh. So they're very similar, kind of like, it's usually two pieces of biscuit, as in UK style biscuit, sandwiched between, and in between is like a cream of some kind, like a chocolate cream, or I think the last ones that I had were the ones that Christina Hall sent me, Christina lives in Australia, and she sent them to me, and they were raspberry Tim Tams with dark chocolate, and they were absolutely out of this world. Blow your trousers off, make your eyes roll back into your sockets type. So that's That's an image nobody wants to see. So, but yeah, they're good. If you get a chance to have a Tim Tam, try them. They're really lovely. So let's stick these together. Which way around? Don't know which way to do it. Let's do it like that, Dave. Right, pop them on and make sure they're nice and centered. They are. Squeeze it together, but not too hard so they slide off one another. Like that. Let's just check that the video's still rolling. It is. Paranoia. And then we're going to stick this on, aren't we? Because that's what we were going to do. We were going to stick those down, but I wanted to ink them first. So yeah. So let's put this down. Easier to get this out now that I've left it upside down for a bit, but it's still not. It's not as thin as it used to be because it evaporates. It's acetate based, isn't it? So acetate? No, not acetate. What's the other one that's yeah, it's that. It's that. I don't know. Don't ask me. Don't ask me what I'm talking about. If you want me to explain what I'm talking about, you're on your own, folks. So I'm just going to squeeze that, but I'm not going to squeeze it too much. I don't want it to all ooze out. I need to make contact, but not ooze out. There we go. So that can just sit there and dry while we do this one. No, that's not quite. See, I'm misshapen it again. Cool, that's better. This is kind of the reason why this is here is obviously to give it a bit of depth, but also it kind of recreates that look of like it would be on, like you'd have like a velvet maybe lining on the inside of something like this on an old Entomology thing. This is very thick now. So that's what I'm trying to kind of recreate, just so that it's not something anybody's going to see, to be fair, but I like the depth of these trays. I like the way they kind of snugly fit, and that way then you don't have to glue these in. You can leave them so they just push in. The funky foam grabs it, the craft foam grabs it, and then you can take them out again as well. So don't get your fingers all over it, Dave. Oh, I think I could do with charging my phone. Anyway, just rub that bit off while it's still a bit wet. There we go. Cool. So these are going to, let's not use the wet one. Let's use that one. So that's going to sit in there, on there like that. It's going to then fold over and be, yeah, cool. So I think this is where we are going to get to today. I think I might just ink this before I do any more to it. So again, might use the same sweet toffee. And just ink around these edges. In fact, I'm going to ink on those creases now, just to highlight them. Just fold them back on themselves for a bit. That's cool, yep, do that, and do that on here, then we'll do that on the outside as well. my chair has just sunk. I could feel it hit the lowest point. The gas lift in my chair has kind of gone, and like this. So I don't mind putting a bit more on the outside, because that's where it would get a bit more wear and tear. So maybe when I've saved up next time, I shall buy myself a new gas lift chair. So there we go. Yeah, I'm trying to use these a bit more because I've got them. They're usually this one's a bit drier because I've used this one quite a bit, but I do like these colours. Not to say that I don't like the Tim Holtz, I do, but you know, it's just a bit of variety in life. We like a bit of variety, so I'm going for a kind of a soft, not too much colour on this. Just want to give it a soft shading around the edges. Look a little bit aged, but not as grungy as I normally go. So I think I quite enjoyed the library card, the soft library card ones that I did. Those thin, can't see where they are at the minute, but the little library pockets that I did, the very dainty ones, the pretty florals. I really enjoyed making those and not having them too or not having them at all, really. I don't think I did much inking, if at all, on them, and I enjoyed that. I enjoyed having a bit of a different look, and you know, as much as I like my grunginess, we can all do something a little bit different, can't we? Now and then, there's nothing to stop us. Yeah, so I think what I'll do is I'll ink round this, and we'll assemble these outer wings, and then I might leave it there for today, and come back to it. Probably come back to it on Friday. Now I was thinking I might do something different, because I didn't want you all to be like, oh, we're seeing this, and no. But also I'm aware that other people will be saying, oh, but I want to see it finished. So I'll be filming the rest of it probably tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow, which is Monday, because I'm taking Vic to the airport. He's going to go and see his friend in Bordeaux, well, the Bordeaux region of France. So taking him to the airport, so I booked the day off. And I'm also off next Friday because that's when my carpet is being fitted. So yeah, that's going to be how that looks. I do like those on the outside now. And then this is what I'm planning is I'm going to have this kind of on the front, and we're going to have this in some way used as like a magnetic clasp to keep it together. That's what I'm hoping. So let's put that back together. So there we go. It's nice and soft, like I say. Just a bit of soft colour, and we'll stick these in actually, because I know that I want them there. That's definitely not going to change. And that way, then I can spend some time thinking about what do I want to go with it. So I think I'm going to have some slides. So probably make some slides with you guys. So that might be Friday's task, is to make some slides. And I might have something else. I might have something where I can put these into. So maybe a couple of slides and somewhere to put these, or maybe, oh no, they won't go down the middle, but maybe they'd go down the middle that way. I could do with another slide, and then I could tell you, but I don't have another slide to hand, do I? No, you don't. You could cut a piece of paper to that size. I don't know, if you cut it out of that stuff, you'll cut the video. Let's use a piece of this. Just cut a piece, just so I can kind of just gauge how the spacing that we need. that off. We do these things. Pop that out of the way. So there and there. Oh, I might get those down the middle like that. Yeah, I might have a look at that then. That might be something that we do then. So, put that back up that way up. Who's a fool? Me. Who's a fool? Me. So, right, let's see if we can get it to come out now. Sorry, I shouldn't have put it that way up. Silly boy. Silly boy. Oh well. Oh, and of course they've got to have the things. They've got to have those behind. But I think I might stick those to the actual cases themselves, rather, because they're actually the actual size of that, and they'll just fall through otherwise. I think the white will just bring out the colour better. No, don't put it the right way up, Dave. So, put that on there. I just want to get that in the middle. So, put that there. Sort of in the middle. That kind of equal. You know, it's not too bad, that. I've seen worse. So, and then glue this one. Take the manky bit off the end. Ugh, it's all over my fingers now. Oh, I've just tried to wipe my fingers off on a cloth, and then the cloth got stuck to me. Oh well. Just stick this one down now. I really need some food. I haven't got the energy to squeeze the glue out. Oh, that's gone off-pieced there. I just want to wipe that off so it doesn't go on the inside of that circle. Okay, and we're going to put this one on. So which way up are we? Okay, so if I have the coding, so there's some writing there. I just wanted that to be this way up, the right way up, I mean. And kind of put that there, and then you can I'll give you a bit of a sneaky peek as to how it will look, bearing in mind that it's not dry completely yet. So that will go in there somehow like that, and then we'll have these will sit in like that, and you see, like I say, they sit in, but then you can also get them out again. A bit of a squeeze, but like, there you go. So, and that will be how our things will work. You could have some of those, like, you know, the growthy slides. Don't know. We'll have whatever we have. So, but that's how it's going to be. And then, like I say, we're going to have that, so it folds over, and that will have that entomology thing as a closure on it. Might use some more of these. You know, I might make some more of these, I don't know. And then we're going to have these. So you've got to pretend this is a slide, maybe like that. And then we'll have them side by side as well. Some way, I think I might have them so that they sit in like some kind of a pocket. So you push it down and there's a pocket that they sit into. So again, you can take them out. Or that they kind of flip up, I don't know. And then we'll have some of the smaller ones again in some way like this, so that they push into something. And that's good job that I left enough space, because let's just check, will that close with that? Yeah, it will. It's fine. Brilliant. Okay, so that's where we currently are, and we'll come back and we'll do the rest maybe next time, the time after. There will be a theme though, so next video will either be me finishing this or making slides to go in this, or making the thing for these small ones to go in. I don't know, we'll see. So anyway, thanks very much, folks. Thanks for spending some time with me. Don't forget, my name is Dash of Dave, and I love you all without exception until you give me a reason not to. So don't give me a reason not to, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks very much for watching, folks. Thanks for helping me to get to 2,000 subscribers. There will be a giveaway happening very soon. Just got to find my stuff after the carpet's been fitted and the house is back out of disarray again. All right then, folks, take care. Lots of love from me, and I will see you all soon, and hopefully my voice will be better by then and I'll stop coughing. All right then, take care, folks. You know, something might happen, I don't know. We could have my voice restored, or I could be speaking on the realms of only dogs, I don't know. All right then, folks, anyway, I'm going. Bye. Stop talking, Dave. Bye.